Every time, Jeremy.
Every time, Bradford.
You look ridiculous. Jeremy, are we talking running gear today?
What made you think we were doing that? That's a good guess.
What are you drinking, Jeremy?
Not a thing. You still have the plastic coverings over them. I haven't used it yet. I've had it for like 2 years. Look, the price tag is still on this bad boy. I don't know where, but it's somewhere.
It's right here.
It's right here. See? Got a tag on it.
On his armpits.
Buddy, please go away. I haven't had a need for it because I've not run in like 2 years. So Katie got this for me when I thought I was going to start running again, and then I stopped. So it's been sitting.
I've
But
got
here they are.
I've got two in here. Two full cans of 7 Up.
That'll work.
I'm glad to see we both came prepared for the podcast today wearing hydration vests.
I mean, yeah, that's part of, I guess you would say, apparel. I would
It's
say
the goods,
an
Jeremy.
accessory.
It's
an
the
accessory.
goods.
It is.
But-
It's good.
Jeremy, without further ado, hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Brad.
Welcome to the Briggity Bro Bobs.
Briggity Bro Bob.
It gets me every fucking time, man.
I know it does. It's so good. So good.
I got a bunch of company over. I got my in-laws here, my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, nephew,
Yeah.
whole wrecking crew. Kira, Levi, Stephanie.
I've got a bunch of family over too. It feels like a bunch of people, but it's really only Elliot. Yeah. That's really it. So I'm sorry. You do what you
We've
can.
got 3 dogs here, a cat.
3 dogs.
3 dogs.
How is Louis with the new dog then? Huh?
Oh god, this 7 Up really gets extra carbonated in this utility vest.
Have you done the whole like trying to chug a whole? Is it Sprite or 7 Up without? And then
Burping?
see how it goes. Yeah.
No, Levi tried it with the Doritos while we were in Maui, though.
I think that would be easier. They don't seem to be quite as carbonated as like a Sprite would be, or which now it's Starry. Isn't it Starry?
Yeah, Starry is just crap.
I don't know.
It's a really
I'm just talking out of my butt
trash.
right now. Kind of vamping. Because
Vamping?
you're frozen.
Vamping?
Vamping. That's what it's called when you're trying to like fill in time.
No, so you're saying vampires is how you fill in time? That's vamping.
Brad, you are breaking up. And no, vampires are not how you fill in time. Vampires are how you live forever.
That's not how you... But you said we're vamping.
Yes.
Vamping is becoming a vampire. Or like a vampire party. It's like, hey, let's get together a bunch of vampires and we'll go vamping.
Have you ever seen the movie Vamp? It's
Do they go vamping in it?
Well, it's about vampires.
Vamping?
And a strip club. Yeah, I mean,
is it like
vamping.
Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah, but this was before Dusk Till Dawn.
Probably not good then.
I wouldn't say it was very good, but I have fond memories of it. I actually believe I have it on DVD. Oh, no,
wow.
It's on Amazon. I lied.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Big collection.
That's so cool.
Are you vamping right now?
So today we're going to talk about gear, a little recap of how you and I have been doing on our running as we're just a couple of weeks away.
Or lack thereof of running.
From the Briggity Bob Showdown.
The Briggity.
And our singlets came in.
It's not even Briggity Bob. It's just the Bob Showdown.
I should have worn the new singlet.
Dude, what we should do is if they ask us if we want to put a name on our bibs, which they will, like the bigger races will allow it, we might just have to put Bob. Thoughts? I think that would be pretty cool. Or we register as Bob.
No.
Bobford Lang.
Jeremy. So let me get this. We're going to, let's say, like register for Grandma's Marathon under the guise of Bob. And then when I run a BQ, they're going to be like, sorry, the names don't match, Bradford.
But if you make it Bobford, yeah, you might be able to pull it off.
Listen
I
here,
like it.
Boston Athletic Association. I run a podcast called the Briggity Bro Bob, so we thought it'd be witty and charming throw in Bob as my race name.
I would say even appropriate. It's the most appropriate. I mean, we're the Briggity Bro Bobs. Bobs. You're Bob. I'm Bob. We're all Bobs.
Jeremy,
Brad.
how's your training going?
Actually, it's not going too badly, which is good. Um, it's so good, so good. It's not
So,
like I'm running crazy mileage right now. I think
uh-huh.
that this week, because we're now look everybody, we're doing our recording on Sunday. We usually do it on Wednesday, so this gives me a whole week like of actual training I can talk about. I've got not that it's a lot again, but
Jeremy, we
21.
always record a week out, so now you have like 12 days of training. Don't say it. You
I don't.
actually have
I
a
don't.
week. We've always had a week of training to talk about.
Right, but what I'm saying is like the arbitrary week that we subscribe to most of the time, which is a Monday
Oh,
to a Sunday.
so now you're bumping your mileage up to 50 miles.
No, I was gonna say this week from this past Monday to today, which is Sunday, I've got 21, a little over 21 miles. So just taking it again, easy. My Achilles still isn't perfect. Still very, very sore in the mornings. But when I get out there after about a mile and a half, it really loosens up. So, and then the rest of the day is pretty, yeah, the rest of the day is pretty good. But I went out
So you're
yesterday.
blowing off the carbon.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I did. I did that one of these days. Actually, yesterday you could say I almost did the same thing. Yesterday, so the weather's changed around here, but it's going back to being the mid 90s to upper 90s for the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday it was like 59, 58 degrees outside when I started like in the morning, which is insane. Loved it. And I actually went out and I have some trails behind my house, not too far away. I ran to the trails and I ran the trails for the first time in a long time. And I just let myself run. I wasn't really paying attention to pace, any of that stuff. And I ran a little over 6 miles. Ran like 8:40 pace, something like that. So it felt super good. That was a really good run this morning. I ran a very, very easy 3 miles at nine. I think it was 9:35 pace. Are you getting bored, Brad?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
And then the one day that Brad's talking about, where you're talking about that I blew off the carbon. I ran a 7:14 mile in there. So that was really exciting. What about you, Brad? Why don't you go ahead and talk about yourself, because we know that you're not going to fall asleep by doing that. Go ahead, tell us about your training,
You're
Brad.
done? You're done?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jeremy,
Done.
training's been going pretty good, I think. Pretty good.
Should I be
Really,
concerned?
I don't really have much to add. I mean, it's just been a bunch of easy runs and
You
one
did a
workout.
workout?
One
Yeah.
workout, yeah. Felt great. Ran thousand meter repeats again with 2 minutes break this time, where I
Oh,
where I jagged in between.
it jagged. That's
Yeah,
not the
I was
verb we
filling
want.
time, so I was
That's
just
not,
vamping.
that's not the verb we want. Jagged.
I was
That's not
vamping
the
in
verb.
between. I was
Well,
vamping in between at about 10-minute pace.
that's not vamping. That's not
It was
vamping, Brad.
filling the time. It was filling the time, Jeremy.
It was. No,
If you
it
held
was.
up a mirror, you wouldn't see me.
I'm surprised anybody saw you driving around. You're behind them. They look in the rearview mirror. No Bradford. Turn around and there you are in their back seat.
Vamping.
Vamping. It's almost like vaping, but you're like taking people's blood. So that's fun.
Kira calls him vapist. A vapist at her schools.
Better watch out. She's gonna become a vapist if they get a hold of her. Just like vamping.
Vamping, vapist.
Huh. Huh.
Think about that for a minute.
A little alliterative action going on there. Ooh, we got fancy with that.
I don't even know what you just said.
Alliteration, Brad. Back-to-back
Nope.
words using the same beginning consonant sound.
Whoa. Sounds like we've got a teacher on the podcast.
Well, hi, guys. Are you ready to talk about alliteration today?
All right, well, let's get right into it, Jeremy. Running
Yeah. Gear.
gear.
You know what I did?
Wait, hold on. Pick from head to toe or toe to head.
Let's go head to toe. Elliot, I need you to quietly go get me a bunch of socks. I didn't bring any down.
Oh my God.
All right, so we're going.
This is an
Hey.
auditory experience.
Yeah, they just heard me ask. I didn't have to, but it's not though. That's why we're wearing our. Brad, if it's auditory only, why are we wearing our hydration vests?
Jeremy,
Bradford?
you need to describe it like you're writing a book.
All right, so look.
I'm now taking a sip out of my hydration vest with this major straw filled with Frosty 7-Up.
Is it still frosty? Now, how long is that going to remain frosty when it's sitting right beside your body?
It's probably boiling by this point because I'm hot.
It's so hot. So hot.
All right.
That's what happens when you become a vampire. Apparently,
Jeremy,
you get really attractive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What? You're bald. Do you run in a hat every time you go out?
Yeah. I would say 99.38% of the time, I'm in a hat.
9.38. Gotcha. So 0.62 times 6%, 6.62%. You do
That's
nothing.
correct. Yeah, that's correct.
You just look like Dilbert.
I do, and it's freeing, to be honest.
Do you wear your glasses when you run?
My dad has over 100,000 socks.
What?
Jeez.
But that's really only 100,000. That's only really 50,000 pairs.
Yeah, and that's not enough.
Look at that, man.
Because look, I don't know that I don't even know that I've been alive that many days, but I know I need a new pair of socks every day.
You only
Or
wear
two.
new socks?
That's it. I refuse to wear.
Then you throw them out.
I just throw them out. So wasteful.
So then why do you have 100,000 pairs of socks?
So that I don't have to continue to buy them. I did a big purchase, and then
You bought
please.
You bought a sock manufacturing company?
I did, just so I can have my own. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Socks are at the bottom of our body.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
We're on
you're
the
right.
top,
Hats.
and we're talking about hats, right? So I've got hats on. I've got 3 of them, and these are literal hats, not the metaphorical hats that we all wear in our daily lives.
We're going deep.
That's my look. I'm teacher mode today, baby. Teacher mode.
You're really jonesing that you're just depressed that you're going to miss school tomorrow?
Well, we're not missing school tomorrow. We don't have school tomorrow. What are you talking about?
That's right. So you're missing teaching tomorrow.
No, I'm just in.
So you have to school the listeners in vamping and alliteration
and metaphors. I also thought of a really, really fantastic.
I'm drinking out of my straw now.
I thought of a really fantastic assignment for my kids to do after we finish reading Beowulf.
What is it? Talking about your hats? Because that's what we're talking about, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, hats. We're back to those. So I've got 3 hats on right now by 3 different manufacturers. This one right here on the top, it's a blue hat.
That looks fun, Jeremy. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, to be honest, the brand of this hat eluded me until one Bradford Lang introduced me to the brand.
And then you're wearing pickles on your head.
Well, I don't have any pickle hats. I stopped. I bought like 3 of them, and now they're just ridiculous. But this one is Jaguars.
Yeah.
Running, and it's blue and the white, and there's white Jaguars and well, I don't want to be like that. There are just white images of Jaguars and people running. And it's a cool hat. It's lightweight. I really enjoy it. It doesn't really wick sweat very well. It just kind of latches onto it.
No, it just becomes a sopping wet mess.
But I find that with all my hats. By the time I'm done with my runs, my hats are all on the brims.
I know, but
Are
that
all
doesn't even dry fast.
It doesn't. Then this might
Head
look
sweats.
familiar.
Head sweats.
That's right. This might look familiar.
Head
This
sweats.
and it's actually, it itself is wearing a logo of one Bradford Lang as well. That's Gorilla Running. And it's head sweats, and I really like this hat a lot. I wear it pretty frequently.
Pretty light. Stains
very
easily.
light. It does stain easily, but this thing is pristine. I only wear it when I know I'm not going to get dirty. I
Okay.
don't want to ruin
Cool.
it.
Yeah.
And this seems to wick a little bit better. It's made of a material that's not this, whatever that is. It's this, whatever this is.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then there's another brand. It's called Boca, and I like my local running shops.
Oh, that's a good running hat.
My local running shops all essentially make their hats from they order them from Boca.
Ooh.
So I get a bunch of these. I've got way too many. If you ask my wife, she just asks me every time I come home with a new hat, why do I have a new hat? And I told her, have you seen my head? It's lacking hair. So I don't want my head to get first sunburned, because I don't have to just wear these. Guess what, Brad? These work even when you're not running. Even when you're not running, they're multifaceted and universal.
So you should point out, of all the running gear that we go over, what can be used outside of running?
Starting strong with a
right
hat.
That you just started.
Yeah. What about you, Brad? Do you wear hats when you go out for runs?
Sometimes.
But not often? Not 99.36 or 32% of the time?
I'd say 50-50. And
Okay,
and it's basically just to cover the baldness so that I look younger running. Because you would think that you would want the visor forward facing to sunshade your beak. But I wear it backwards because I'm fucking fast, dude.
Super fast.
I don't want it just
Brad,
blowing off. Would
you
you stick on a baseball hat and then stick your head out the window driving 65? Because I wouldn't do it. It'd blow right off your damn head.
If you mean 65 as in 6.5 miles per hour, I don't think you're going to have too many issues with the hat blowing off your head.
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying 65 mph.
And Brad, I'm pretty sure that based on what Kira says, how you look when you run, this isn't going to make you look any younger. They'll be able to tell far away, just based on your cadence and your body movements.
You'll see it for about 2 minutes in the 5K before I leave your ass.
I mean, I'll be able to see it forever, Brad. Even if you beat me by 2 minutes, it's not like you're going to get out of sight. We're running straight down a runway.
You're planning on running sub 12 minutes.
Brad, we're running straight down a runway.
No, we're not.
Straight down a runway.
No, it is not.
It is straight down a runway.
Nope.
Yep.
Lies.
Look, Brad, it's like a 5 mile runway. We're doing a 5K on it. And you don't have to turn. And it's
told me,
so wide.
Jeremy, we're not doing that race. We're not doing that race.
I know we're not. I was just trying to get under your skin. I was just trying to get
Mission failed. Mission failed. I'm taking another sip of 7-Up out of my straw here.
Look how frustrated you already are. I told you we were going straight, and then you were like, no. Oh, no, we're not.
So I wear hats about 50% of the time.
Okay.
I like Runner, RNNR.
I've seen a lot of those
out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those ads. I should probably get one.
They're like they've stepped up their game, but they're like the American version of Cieli.
Yeah. I have one of those hats, Cieli. I like it. It's good. It's just a plain black hat.
I think they're the best running hats.
Yeah. Do you run in bucket hats, Brad?
I have. It's, again, would you put on a bucket hat and stick your head out the window driving down the highway? Nope.
I mean, why don't you do it on those days when you're not going 65, Brad?
I would think about it.
I know you. I've never run in a bucket hat, but I want to.
I'm like a huge bucket hat fan, but it does seem counterintuitive that it's a running hat.
At track meets, I always wear a bucket hat. First, I try to find the most vibrant, ridiculous one I can find.
I know, but you're not running, Jeremy.
If my
this
kids,
is running.
I know. But it's at a running event, so it counts. so
No,
my kids can find me.
this is bad vamping.
It's not even vamping. We're just talking. It's different. I don't think you understand this word that we're using here.
Do you run in your glasses, Jeremy?
I don't. I can see. I can see fine without my glasses now. Don't ask me to read.
Okay, look at that. I can see fine without my glasses too.
Don't
Look,
ask
I
me.
still see you.
I can still see you, and I can see my stove over there. I can't really tell the time, but I can tell there's a time on it, so that's good.
Wow.
I also don't ask me to read, the street signs and whatnot until I get right up on top of them. But I don't really care about what the street says. I'm just gonna run. So my
Right
glasses,
past it.
right past.
Do you wear sunglasses, Jeremy?
So I only wear sunglasses. I would say 10% of the time.
Mm.
When I don't wear my hat, and then sometimes when I do wear my hat, sometimes I find that I don't like to wear them when it's hot outside
Bingo.
because then my
Sweat.
eyes, yeah,
Sweat.
sweat all up in
All over them.
all up in that, all up in the eye
All
socket,
over them.
all over them. So when it's colder outside, I don't mind wearing them, and when it's windy outside, I don't mind wearing them because don't want the wind all like, right, like taking my
Drying out
eyes.
your eyeballs.
Well, doing that and then taking my eyelids and like, you like what happens when you're, because we here in Virginia we deal with exceptionally strong winds, more so than probably any other area in the entire world. So yeah, and they look cool and they make me look younger, like you said with the hats. Like I think I look pretty sweet in these, you know. So yeah, that's what I do. Do you wear glasses, Brad? I don't think you do. You don't
I
strike me
don't
as a
run.
glasses wearer.
No, I don't run in glasses. Can't understand how people run in glasses and don't have them covered in sweat, and then it bothers you that your field of vision is impeded by your own sweat marks streaking down your eyeglasses. It's
Well, Brad,
disturbing.
it is disturbing.
I
But
do occasionally run in sunglasses. I've run marathons in sunglasses, and I always find after like 5 miles, I just kind of put them on my forehead
and then they
because they're
slide down
covered
because
in
you have
sweat.
nothing, and then your head is covered in sweat, so it's just like.
Sometimes.
Do you have a brand you like to wear?
Oakley, Smith, Roca. Anything
You get all.
expensive, Jeremy.
I know. I was gonna say I'm the exact opposite. If I can get it for $25 or less, I'm good. These Gooders are good.
Yeah.
I enjoy the Gooders. They're cheap, inexpensive, polarized. Good. I like some Tifosi.
Yeah.
Those guys are good too. But besides that, I don't spend the money on the expensive stuff because I mean I guess I do have a pair of Oakleys, but I haven't worn them in 15 years. Thirsty. Is this this is a thirsty endeavor we're doing here, talking about apparel.
Vamping.
Well, that's what we're doing, I guess. Now that you mentioned it.
All right. So what's next? Earrings and necklaces.
What? Well,
Do you?
no, neither.
No.
No. I know we used to have our ears pierced. I know in college, after college, I got rid of mine. I never really was a necklace person.
I wear turnover chains, like just giant gold chains.
I can't, dude. Please
But
do.
only when I'm
Please
racing.
do.
Only when I'm racing do I wear my hoop earrings.
Please do. I cannot wait.
2 in each ear.
Uh-huh. I cannot wait to see this. I don't
So,
recall this ever being the truth.
But I go lower. I go big hoops on the bottom, and then studs, typically diamond studs, on the second round.
Damn, I'm learning new things about you.
Yeah, you can't go double hoops.
Maybe you can't. I think that's what we should aim for at our 5K.
I think now I may have to show up wearing.
I think you have to. I think my left hole is still open enough that I could probably force one in. My right one is definitely closed up.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Where did
that's
we go
that.
with this? You didn't bring any examples of your jewelry
I know
that
because
you
I'm
rock.
wearing headphones
Yeah,
for
but what about
those.
your necklace?
It's a race day only, Jeremy.
I mean, we're racing through the time. We're at 25 minutes.
Okay. What about shirts, Jeremy?
I wear them.
You
Nobody.
do you ever run shirtless?
I have in the past. I no longer do. I'm a
Like when
43
was the past? College?
college. Shortly thereafter, probably until I was like 27, I would think, when I was still reasonably fit. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
just much more hairy, a lot more fat.
And you're
Um,
afraid somebody's going to mistake you and shoot you?
as why would they do that?
Like a wild animal?
when I go barreling through the woods on the trails and I lose my way because I don't have my glasses on. I'm just
That's
like
right.
running through there. If I was shirtless, I'm sure they would think I was some wild. What was that?
A text just came up here that said, "Will you make some coffee for Stephanie?"
Does she not know what we're doing?
Oh.
You can text her back, I suppose.
So
No, honey.
you only wear shirts?
I only wear. Do you wear shirtless?
No, I'd be humiliated too. I barely
Um,
walk around my house or go to a beach without a shirt.
I go to the beach, and I just came back from a pool today, and I'm always shirtless there, but it's not pleasing anybody, including myself.
Or your
I don't know.
wife.
Maybe that's like the goal for me. Maybe by next summer, I'm able to run shirtless, and who cares?
So that's what
Run
I was going to
shirtless.
ask. So is there some physique that you need to have to run shirtless?
I don't think so. I think if you're comfortable enough in your own skin, go ahead and run shirtless. I look. The only thing that I would say is that the shirt does a wonderful job of catching sweat, and before it gets to your shorts, and once your shorts get wet, then your shoes get wet, and that's never a pleasant experience. So I wear them for that purpose.
And you only run in tank tops.
That's false. No, I do have in the summertime. In the summertime, you see this. You see this. I am allowed to show
Mm-hmm.
shoulder, and I do. I do. And it's just cooler. I don't feel like as it
Well,
doesn't feel as cumbersome
it
as a
might be
traditional shirt.
from like cooling you off physically cooler, but the look is not cooler.
I don't know. I look pretty sweet. Like, look at me right now. Like, if you saw me like hanging out at a bar, I'm sure that anybody would want to come up and talk to me.
I would turn around
Guy,
and find
gal.
another bar.
No, they'd be like, dude,
Yep.
this is the place to be. Look at that cool guy over there. He's probably physically and metaphorically cool. And I'm like,
He just
here
took
I
off
am.
his hydration pack.
I had to show off the shirt. This is an Under Armour one, by the way. I really like this guy.
Mm.
And I like black because it's slimming. So
And it also captures more heat than white.
I've been running in the mornings before the sun comes up. So
Uh-huh.
there. What about you, Brad? I also have okay, so then I have
Ooh.
shirts like this that are
Try it on. Yeah,
short,
try it on for us.
short-sleeved shirts. And these guys are for that like middle ground, like when it gets to be 60, like not six, like into the 50s. I'll pull this bad boy out, and it gives me a little warmth on
It
here
looks
on
like
where my
it looks
arms.
like sweat wicking material.
It's sweat wicking. Yeah, I try to stay with the sweat wicking material.
Mm.
I didn't
Do you
bring
ever
down a
do you ever
long
run in
sleeve.
cotton shirts?
I have. I think it's okay. I mean, run in what you have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to personally, because I have built up such, a variety of different running garments. I'm not going to run in cotton anymore. But and I also run in long sleeve, Brad, when it gets really cool, like into the
Whoa.
perhaps if it's like not sunny, if it's in the morning and it's 52, 53 maybe or below, maybe a long sleeve, a light one, and then there are some thicker ones, um, that do different jobs. I'll run
Ooh,
a half
yeah.
zip or a
Ooh,
jacket
a half
occasionally,
zip.
depending on the weather outside.
I didn't
All
even
that.
know they make half zips. I thought they were quarter zips.
No, I have one that goes half. I have one that goes down to my belly button.
If it was a half zip, it would just be a jacket, Jeremy.
No, it goes to your belly
Yes,
button.
Jeremy.
I repeat.
Then it would be so impractical that you couldn't just finish unzipping the finger to make it a jacket.
But Brad, what if I don't want that? What if I don't want that? There is a market for everything, and I like half zip.
Show me a half zip. Pull one out.
I'm gonna go upstairs one of these days for our next episode. I'll start the episode in a half zip.
There's no such thing as a half zip.
It's whatever I want it to be, Brad. Stop trying to make me feel bad. It's a half zip. Jeez. What do you run in, Brad, on top? Quarter zips, apparently, occasionally.
Well, it gets cold here.
It does. Colder than it gets here.
Yep. But I find, well, so summer running, just short sleeve, like any technical shirt. No
Yeah.
favorite brand. Maybe, well, kind of digging the Adidas.
I have a number of Adidas tops that I really, really like. Yeah.
I think they're like the material's really nice, but they're like pretty trashy with the way that they like put on the way
Yeah.
they're like the 3 stripes always pull off after like 2 washes.
Well, I guess.
So, but short sleeve, the only time I'll run in a tank top is if it's a long run, like over 15 miles, or a race.
Why? What's the cutoff there for 15? I don't understand.
Jeremy, this is just what I do. Do you need a reason for everything?
No, I'm just asking if there's a specific purpose to the 15 or not. Like, do you find that with, maybe you get more chafage in your armpit area? I don't know.
No. I always thought it was weird. I think for some reason, I've got a phobia about people wearing tank tops.
Oh well.
Like
you are afraid of people wearing tank tops.
I see them and I say, "Watch out."
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do when you come here.
I just think
I'm pulling up to pick you up in a tank top, my dude.
I think it's just like a weird article of clothing for men. Tank tops is.
Maybe I'm more used to it because I grew up at the beach. Like that's what you do at the beach. You tank top it.
I could see you in the Virginia Beach lifeguard, white shirt with.
Look, I can't even swim, so I mean, don't put me at the lifeguard station. So,
fact, that's why you were at the pool and the beach.
Yeah, but I don't have to know how to swim to go and walk in the water.
You can't swim.
Elliot, please, buddy, go away. You have known this forever. Jeez. Anyway, so yeah, I don't mind a tank top, and I will definitely wear them for races unless it's cold. Then I won't. So,
do you ever wear arm sleeves?
Wait.
Arm sleeves?
I have once, and it was really weird. I just was like, why wouldn't I just wear a shirt?
It's super uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah. I mean, for them not to fall down, they have to be really constricting, and I just don't find it. And I don't feel like it gives you enough like warmth anyway.
Let's make this summer running gear. So, but sleeves, the solar sleeves could be considered summer gear.
They could be.
Not half zips.
If you zip it all the way to the half, I mean, that gives you some like ability for airflow. Your chest hairs could flutter. It'd be all good.
Would you ever run in this, Jeremy?
I would. Is that technical?
Sure.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I'm all about doing what I want.
Forward.
I'm not even fashion forward. I'm fashion myself. When I work, now that I have to wear ties, I told my boss, I was like, look, I've got a number of shirts and I've got a number of ties. And guess what? They don't match. So if you want me to wear these things together, half the time I'm not going to look like I know what I'm doing. And he's like, okay. So I'm content with that. So I just do what I want and I wear what I want, whatever I like. And I like vibrant stuff and I like things that I like. And I don't care if anybody else doesn't like it. So
wow.
Thanks, man.
Gauntlet has been laid, people.
Hey, look, I like your shirt. Would I wear it? 100% I would. And you know what? If my kid tried to make me feel bad about it, I would buy them one and force them to wear it. That's how I roll. So there. Uh-oh. Hi! Look, you have a visitor too.
Give me the peach ring and get out of here.
Can they hear me on here?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Best pre-run snack, peach rings.
Oh.
Shoo.
If you're in a track meet, about to run the 16,
Peach rings,
the
huh?
fuel one.
How many?
How
Do you
many?
have the whole bag?
Usually 5.
Okay.
5.
Duly noted. So next time I get out on the track to do a 1600-meter race, 5
That's
peach
a good
rings.
racing tip from Kira
Wait,
Lang.
so I have a question. Do you carry any with you to take while you're doing your 1500 meters?
What?
Do you carry any with you to take while you're doing the 15, like to get that energy boost?
I don't need it.
But have you tried?
I just want it needed, though.
Why are you whispering when the microphone's way over here?
It's so weird hearing my voice play back at me.
Yeah, it's pretty weird over here too.
All right, now get out of here. Shoo. Shoo.
Sounds so weird.
Get out of here.
Is he wearing Goodar sunglasses?
Gooder sunglasses. Yes, he thinks he's
dripped out.
dripped out. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm dripping.
He's literally your twin, Dad.
Get out of here.
He is your
Shoo.
twin.
Such a good connection you guys have.
Now you're fueled up for this episode after that.
Gassed, baby.
Hey, look, that was needed. A little.
So you'll run in
energy.
cotton if needed.
If I have nothing else, I have had some issues in the past with bloody nipples. Cotton tends to bring them about a little easier than non-cotton. But you know, I used to wear these things called nip guards, and they're these octagonal, like Band-Aid things, but they have, you know, this. I don't even want to know what to call it. This dam effect around the outside that lifts the Band-Aid.
It's like a
off the
hemorrhoid
nipple.
ring for your nipple.
Yeah, and it's like a solid quarter inch. So you put those things on, and people think you have odd shaped nipples.
Disturbing.
Yeah, that's weird. But then there's this guy called Bobford Lang, and he introduced me to these things called nippies, and they lie flat, and they're just about the size of your nipple, and it's perfect, and it keeps your nipples from, you know, having that chafage issue.
I would say for long runs, the number one accessory is a nippies.
I wholeheartely agree.
And I think nipple chafing, you're more prone to it because of the texture of high performance fabrics.
And it may be that's the case. You know what, Brad? I just don't like bloody nipples, and I don't like chafed nipples.
I find I wear, like when we started running again, only wore cotton t-shirts.
Huh. I did not.
Yeah, because they're a little blousier. Because like as soon as you sweat in a technical shirt, it just kind of like sucks onto your body.
Yeah. If anybody has had any chafage at all in their past, they know that once you get in the shower, it's awful. The nipples are no exception. Cover those bad boys up, and they're so comfortable you almost forget that you have them on. I've gone a number of times into the shower after a run, washing, and then you go like, "Oh, hi, nippy," and then you're good.
It's got a real look to it. It almost looks like it's pixelated out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you look at yourself in a mirror just with nippies on, it looks like somebody's pixelated out because it's a improper content.
You know, and it might be depending on. So I guess don't wear them, or you can wear them, I suppose, when you're going running shirtless. It'll just be pixelated out.
I'm guessing you should probably wear them to work.
What?
Yeah.
Why would I do that? I wear a shirt and a tie to work, Bradford.
In the name of modesty.
So I wear an undershirt, a button-down shirt, and a tie, and I'm worried that my nipples are going to be of concern to anybody.
You need nippies. Yes.
Huh.
Do you really want your students saying, "Did you see Mr. Clover today? He was pretty nipply."
No, not at all.
He
Sounds
was
awful.
vamping all afternoon with his nips out.
While he was trying to teach us about metaphors and alliteration, what is this guy doing, weirdo?
So, but now into the technical fabrics.
Yeah, technical fabrics. To be honest, I don't know that. What's their purpose? They're supposed to make you like wick away sweat, but
I think they just dry faster.
That's what it is. But I sweat so stinking much that by the time I'm done with, usually like, even into
Doesn't
my first
matter.
mile,
Doesn't matter.
at all. Not at
Yep.
all. Not at
Okay.
all. I will say that I do notice a difference in technical fabrics when we get to the bottom part of our bodies. I do not wear cotton down there.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Well, we're not there yet, Brad.
What are you missing? Rings? Do you wear rings when you run?
I wear a watch. Are we going to talk about watches, or is that like technology? I was thinking that would be technology.
That's technology. Keep it out of here,
AirPods.
Jeremy. Keep it out of here. Keep it out of here.
So then we come to shorts. They cover the bottom bits of your body, so that nobody's seeing the bits of the bottom. Yeah.
You don't ever run like Winnie the Pooh, just in a t-shirt?
Not so much. I'm not sure that it's quite legal, to be honest. What are you doing? This is so interesting. So look, running shorts. There are a number of different lengths of running shorts, ranging from like 7 inches, generally speaking. Maybe you can find a 9-incher out there. 1 inch up to 1 inch splits, meaning like they go higher and higher up the thigh. And a split, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see, I've got a pair of pink boa shorts, right? Love these bad boys. They're shorty shorts, and I don't wear them too often anymore because I don't know that I can pull them off just as much. But look at that split. Look at that split. So split, in fact, that you can see the liner on the inside. That's just good. It allows for nice movement of your legs. It's not going to hinder your ability. It makes you feel fast. Yeah, so that's that. This is made of technical.
Those are boa?
Yeah, boa. And these got a liner. See
I don't like
liner?
them. I don't like them.
You don't like liners?
I don't like those boas.
Okay. I wasn't asking for you to like them or dislike them. I like them.
Well, I want you to know that I don't like them.
Well, good for you. But it's got a liner, and this liner keeps your bits in place as well. So it's good. So that's
There's
like
nowhere to put a car key.
A 3-inch split.
There's nowhere to put a car key.
My car is so old. Yes, there is. You see, Brad, what's this?
That's like for like a little key, not for like a modern marvel.
I don't have a modern car. My car is 11 years old. Like I still.
Is it really? Is it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that thing's dead.
Thanks for bringing it up, Brad. Yeah, like it might be dead. It might be dead. It doesn't mean it's still not 11 years old. I mean, it's not dead yet. We'll see what the insurance adjuster or claims dude person tells me it's going to be.
I have a question.
But I also have like a really cool pair. So, Brad, these shorts I bought for the ET Full Moon Half Marathon that you never showed up to. These are a pair of Nikes. They're bright orange. They're just really cool shorts. I like them. And I have another pair of boas. These are jorts. So if you ever feel the need to run in jeans, but you want them to not be so tight, so like heavy, you've got some jort shorts. But speaking of, let's just get to it. My favorite pair of running shorts I own right now, Brad.
Well, what do you look for in a running short? You're just holding up fabric.
Yeah. The number one thing I look for, Brad, is the way it looks. I just like things the way they look. What do you look for, Brad? Like, what do you want me to talk about here? They're freaking shorts, and they have a liner, and they run from 1-inch splits, and actually, you have half tights that you could wear as well. So there's all kinds of stuff there. You just find what works for you, and then you just enjoy it. Like my favorite pair of shorts right now are a pair of Rabbit Surf and Turfs, and I just like them because they fit super well. Now, there's a pair of Nikes that I've got that I hate, and the one reason I hate them is because the liner is too small. So it doesn't. It's too tight, too constricting. But I do love a half tight,
So what's your favorite length?
5-inch.
5 inches.
I think 5-inch inseam shorts are the perfect like combination. You're not going so long that it becomes a hindrance and they just like feel heavy and
They're not
burdensome.
distracting to other runners.
And they're not. Well, I don't know. My legs are pretty distracting. So you get up there, and they're not the 1-inch splits. You're not showing everything you've got. 3 inches is a little short. 3 inches is a little short. 5 inches, I think, is just like it's that Goldilocks zone. You find that 5 inches, and it's just good. So, what about you, Brad? What do you like?
I like 5-inchers for modesty, 2-inch splits for racing, or
Okay,
I only like half tights that have a liner.
that have a liner. Is that for modesty?
Completely, no, it's just completely revolutionized half tights.
So, what half tights have a liner? I don't know that I have any of those.
Nike.
Guys.
You look so
I've got a pair of Nike half tights. Do these have a liner? Oh, they do. Brad, I never realized these guys had a liner.
And are those not the best half tights ever?
They are. I love those things. I just haven't worn them in like years. We look at haven't
For
worn them in years because-
men's half tights, nobody does it. I think there's like I know Tracksmith has a pair of lined half shorts or half tights,
Yeah.
and you can't go back once you wear one. It's just a superior product.
It is, but that doesn't mean you can't go back. I think that you can wear them without a liner in them.
I'm saying
They
you
may not
can't.
be as
No,
comfortable.
you can't. You can't. You can't.
I have a couple pairs of. I have another pair of Nike.
You didn't
half tights
even
I'm
know
not
that the
sure.
ones that you had liners. So this isn't.
I have a pair of Brooks half tights that I'm sure don't have a liner in them.
They are not the same.
I didn't say they were the. Obviously, they're not the same.
I
Brad.
know,
Doesn't
but
mean that I don't enjoy
it's
wearing
just an
them.
inferior product.
Maybe for you
What's that say about you then, Jeremy?
that I'm inferior.
So
no,
I really like 5-inch.
yeah.
Got to have a pocket, a zippered pocket, preferably in the back.
Yeah, like at least a pocket. Like these bad boys, those Serpent Perfs, they don't have a zippered pocket. They do have a button. Oh no, it's a zippered pocket. I thought it was buttoned. That's a zippered pocket. I lied.
So a
I don't know
nice
anything
little
about anything.
zippered 5-inch running short. Perfect. In
It is
particular
good.
for 40+ runners, but I'll throw down in 2-inch splitters.
So, what are you planning on wearing at our race?
Oh, why would I tell you that, Jeremy? I'm going to surprise you. I've
Nothing.
told you the earrings
That's
in
what it is.
my necklace. That's enough.
Fair
That's
enough.
enough giveaways.
You know what we've completely skipped over? What
Bras.
did we? Well, yeah, I don't know. We can talk much on them. What were we
Oh,
wearing?
running vests. Running vests.
Should we wait on that and do like a whole like accessory type of thing? Because I don't. It's not something I wear often.
I don't think
I
if
wear
you're
shorts every day.
if you're running less than 2 hours, there's no need for water vest.
I agree. So let's push that, and we can talk about like accessories at another time.
Let's push it way over here. Let's take it and
But not forget
Okay.
about it. Let's put a pin in it. We'll come back to it,
okay.
and we'll discuss that when we get maybe later in our training for maybe the half or the full marathon. Then
What
we can
about
start
basketball
talking.
shorts, Jeremy? Would you ever
Look.
run in a pair of basketball shorts?
I have in the past. Courtney Dauwalters, like she's doing it, and she's the best ultra runner in the world, and that's what she rocks. And you know what? Maybe it's time to bring those bad boys back. When I coached girls middle school basketball, I wore basketball shorts. I've got my basketball shorts. Maybe that's what I'll wear for our race.
Do you ever wear running shorts that have pockets?
Yes, a lot of my running shorts actually, like surprisingly, have pockets.
Those annoy me.
Yeah. To be honest, the ones that do have the pockets, I don't like that much, and I don't know
Too
why.
much fabric. Too
Maybe
much
it's the
fabric.
I think a lot of them are Nikes, and I think I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like the Nike, like the cut of the Nikes,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps outside of the half tights. I find other brands that just fit me better, and I just like those guys to me
Adidas,
better. Adidas, I have a number of pairs of Adidas.
Tracksmith.
I really, like I said, I've gotten into the rabbit running stuff. Um,
Yep, good ones.
I need to get some Tracksmith. You keep talking highly
I'm
about them,
trying to
and
think of another good brand. What's another
I mean,
good
look,
brand?
I think there's lots of good brands out there. All of the main manufacturers make a good product of
New
some
Balance
variety.
makes some fire running shorts. Their liner,
Yeah, they do.
some of the
They
best in the
do.
game.
They do.
Best
I
in the
don't know that
game.
did I bring a pair of New Balance down here? I don't think I did. I do have a lot of New Balance down upstairs.
Best
So
in the
yeah,
game.
I have
Mm.
a rotational. I have probably 35
Mm.
to 40 pairs of shorts, and I probably only rotate through 10 of them. It's just obnoxious, to
Really?
be honest. Yeah. Tell
Mm.
me more. Tell me more. What do you look for though when you're going to buy shorts? What do you particularly look for before you even pick up a pair? Is it brand
Oh,
because you know a
nope,
brand works, or
nope.
is it?
Told you about the length, 5 inches.
Yeah,
Like a really good waistband
yeah, good
that can
waistband.
really set apart a pair of shorts.
Game changer. Those waistbands. They've gotten like they're a little bit thicker,
Yep,
softer
yep,
material.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it's nice. Yep.
Then three, I would say like the softness of the liner.
Yeah,
Like I would literally go into a running shop and rub the liner on my cheek.
that's weird. You
I
don't know
don't
who
know if
tried those
anybody
bad
else
boys
does
on.
it, but I don't know
People
if
could have
anybody.
tried those on, Brad. I would stop doing that. I would not recommend that. That, that's
Leave
kind
the
of
running
disturbing.
store with a pink eye.
And then have to come back in the next time and do the other side. Sorry, guys. So gross, man. Oh,
So a soft liner?
have you really done that, Brad?
No.
Okay. I wouldn't
Maybe
put it
though.
past you, though. I wouldn't put it past you.
Uh this might sound silly, but I'm super anal about one of the reasons I hate those stupid boa shorts. Their tying system is awful. It's just one big connected piece of
It
rope.
is. It
That
truly
is
is.
it is the most it's worthless. How would you even tie that when it's just like a connected hoop? It's a,
I
it's a
I
hoop.
I tend to go 2 sizes too small, so I don't have to worry about tying them.
It's because it's impossible to tie.
Yeah, they're not
So
great.
like
It's funny because it's pink.
if they have a nice like way to I don't even sit like ever tie any of my shorts, but it's just something that annoys me in particular with the boas. And then because when the shorts if they're even remotely tight, then you get a big impression on your
Yeah, you
fat
do.
of the knot.
You do.
They're the worst shorts.
Brad, they're not the worst. I mean, they might be. I still like them. I
I
just
think
like
their
them.
quality is bad. I think their designs are amazing.
Yes,
And that's
that's
it.
what
That's
I'm
the whole
talking about.
story.
Look, you have to choose. You have to choose your battles. Do you wear them because they're awesome to look at and you're like people will notice you? And that's what I like. People noticing me. Or do you choose something that's a little less cool but you're going to be comfortable in? And ideally, I'm going to be comfortable most of my life. Why not live in a little discomfort to please people and myself?
Well, because here's the difference. You run so slow, people can probably pick out everything on your shorts. Mine, it's just so. Just saying.
True, Brad. You know,
Yep.
true.
All
True.
right. Do you wear like compression sleeves on your legs?
I don't. I don't believe in them.
Hot take.
Don't believe in them.
All right.
I've tried in the past. I've done Densha socks. I've done the compression, like other brands of compression socks. I don't ever notice a difference. And when I've needed them, when I've had the issues with my calves being all calvy and with my Achilles being the literal Achilles heel of my running, none of that stuff helps. So I don't feel the need. If it's going to be compression sock that has to go up, it becomes too cumbersome. Why have that much material? I like a little material, but not that much. It's just dumb. And it doesn't make me look fast. They're not cool. They're pretentious. Just stupid. What about you, Brad?
Whoa.
What about you, dude?
I think I've worn them before when I've had calf issues with some success, but you have to get them that they're like borderline impossible to get on.
Yeah.
And then
And
they're
that's such
even
a pain in the
harder to
butt.
get off to have any like meaningful effect. And I think they're essentially, I think it's like, I think it's safe to say, unless you have like the neuropathy in your lower extremities, that you just don't need compression socks. And I think it's as evidenced by, when was the last time you've seen elite marathoners in
Oh,
compression
yeah.
socks? They were hot for a while. They were hot
Uh-huh.
for about a 7-year
And they are
span.
hot. They are
Right.
hot, too.
Just like, remember when cupping at the Olympics, Michael Phelps was just covered in cupping? Nobody cups anymore because it's bogus.
Bogus. Well, I remember, wasn't Chris Zelinsky the when he
Yep.
broke the America? He was wearing those bad boys.
Yep. Big old pair of white ones. It looked like he was
it
wearing
just looked like a
tube socks.
goober. Such a goober. Like, it looked like that was the least exciting race I've ever seen, just because of the way he looked. I was like, what is this guy doing? But he was running fast, is what he was doing.
American record.
I'm aware it's been broken since,
Yeah.
but first the non-African guy to break 27, right?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
correct? I think that was
I don't know.
correct.
He just left University of Florida. I think he's the distance
He's going to
coach at
Winthrop.
Oregon now.
Winthrop. Gotcha.
Mhm. Socks, Jeremy.
Yeah, this is a big source of contention amongst many, many people. Brad, I hate to say it. I don't really hate to say it because it's what you are. You're a sock snob.
Yeah.
Sock snob. You're a sock snob. You just put it out there. There's lots of them, different brands and manufacturers, and apparently the only ones that are worth anything are features to Bradford. Is that correct?
Fact. Well,
Why?
so let me get this out of the way because it's an easy conversation for me. Because you're going to ramble on forever. I'll probably just end the episode and tell you to keep talking. Features. I love the fact that it's distinguished between right and left foot. I don't know what excites me about that, but I love it.
Okay.
I only wear the no-shows.
Okay. Even when you go on trail runs.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
Your...
doesn't matter. Like last night we went out to dinner and I wore a pair of bikini socks under a pair of Air Jordan 1s. And Levi said, "Why don't you wear tube socks?" I said, "Tube socks, like the sexiest part of my body is my ankle. I'm not covering it up in tube socks. Like this is my cleavage. This is my dude cleavage. It's my ankles." And so in the same thing in running, I don't care if I'm trail running covered in mud. You don't cover up your best feature with a bunch of nappy cloth.
Brad, that is something special. I've never heard that in my life. Wow.
Listen, I challenge you when we see each other in 2 weeks' time to look at my ankles and say, that's not sexy.
Done.
I dare you. I double dog dare you.
More than happy to abide and oblige. No, Brad. So look, when I worked at the running shop, there was this guy named Doug, and he always told me that I had thick ankles, and not in a good way.
And that's why you would cover them up. So listen, I get it.
That's why I cover them up. So I'm okay
Right.
to have quarter socks.
You have no modesty in wearing those god-awful tank tops on daily runs.
You're right. That's where I show off what I've got.
Yeah. And so I have no modesty when it comes to how amazing my ankles look.
When that's the only thing that looks good about you, I don't disagree. My calves.
You're going to see me in a singlet.
My calves look great, Brad. So what I do is I usher the eye up to my calf with the quarter sock, right? I'm like, hey, and it's just like, oh, woof, woof. People get hot under the collar when they see those bad boys. They ask me to flex for them. They like to see like that shelf that I can create on the front of my leg. But this is where like it my sock has to be not cotton. I have run in cotton socks and it's awful. Like they seem to bunch up. They don't hold like their structure very well. So they kind of like move around inside the sock and
Oh,
inside the
it's a
shoe.
real rookie mistake. It's like
Yeah,
when you start running when you're a kid, you show up in basketball shorts, or
that's right.
if you're like beginning running, in particular in our era, you would definitely show up in tube socks
Yeah.
that then like fall down into the
Yep.
shoe and they're
Yep.
just super uncomfortable. And either basketball shorts or Umbros. Umbros are like the kids
Yeah.
that transferred over from soccer, or
Yep.
they think that they're good at running. They just don't want to be seen in 2-inch splitters, so they show up in Umbros.
It seemed like my team when we first started, there were a number of people who would go and get the running shorts, but then they would wear their boxers underneath. So their boxers would like peek out underneath
Oh my
their
God.
shorts. I'm like, why are you doing that? They're built-in boxers. Like you have the built-in brief right there. Like you don't have to worry about that. So that was the thing. But I agree and I concur with like Features are a wonderful brand, but I don't limit myself to a single brand. Right now I've got a pair of just like
I know, but the
essentially
thing is, when you
cheap.
find a sock that's super comfortable, it's really hard to go to any other sock.
But that I've found many socks that are super comfortable. Like I've just bought a pair of a 3-pack of Brooks socks from my running shop. I love those guys. Like those are the ones that I'm going to a lot right now, and they're not even differentiated like right to left. Although I do think differentiation does help.
Oh.
Yeah, the cheap
See, I
ones. They
wouldn't
were,
even consider buying them.
but I did, and I'm glad that I did.
Even the stance differentiate left and right,
I
which
know.
those are the most pretentious socks in the world.
I love them because they
They
are
truly
colorful.
are
They
the
are
most
colorful. They are
pretentious.
colorful.
But
They are
Jeremy, they just
colorful.
don't fit as clean as the features do.
I didn't say they did, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy them. Brad,
Again, so
I'm
it's
a, it
fashion
is.
over function.
It's fashion and function over cotton.
No, 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 no,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Do you ever wear
I
toe socks?
I do. I love some toe socks. Some Injinjis. Those bad boys. Now look, when you first put those guys on, they are wildly weird feeling and uncomfortable almost because the your toes are all separated. But they do help if you have issues with your toes rubbing together and getting blisters. They do help like keep that at
So
bay.
do you like thicker socks, like thick, medium, super thin?
Why couldn't it be thin and then super thin? You just skipped over a whole category of sock there. It depends on the purpose. Jesus Christ, Brad, that's the loudest like bing I've ever heard in my life. Um, it depends on the purpose. Like if I'm going for a race, maybe it's no socks.
Hot take.
Maybe no socks,
You
depending
know
on how
what?
far the race is.
I just ran 4 miles 2 days ago, sockless.
Huh?
Man, it was liberating.
Yeah, but then your shoes are just nasty.
I know, but
That's
there
like
was just something so nice to throw on a pair of shoes and go.
I know. I'm not saying that's not great. You just have to realize that you're probably not going to wear those shoes for the next like 3 or 4 days.
I know, but
Especially
it's
if it's a hot, sweaty run.
which is every run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I guess, but
So
I would say I'm a middleweight guy. Like I like a middleweight sock.
no,
I don't
thin.
like a thick. I
The
don't like a
thinner,
thick
the
sock.
better.
Nope, I don't like a thick sock at all. They just, I mean,
Thinner, the
first
better.
they're gonna take up too much space in the shoe, and the shoe doesn't fit well anymore, and you just notice it. A thin sock or a super thin, I find that they don't fit maybe sometimes as well as they should because they
That's
lack
why
the
you need
structure.
features. That's why you need the features.
Maybe I'll go get a pair of super. When I pick you up and we go to the running shop right from the airport, maybe I'll stop and I'll get me a couple pairs of features. And then I like a medium weight sock. I just do. They fit well. They do what they're supposed to do. They keep the sweat from my legs dripping into my shoes, so I can wear my shoes maybe not the next day, but the day after. Um, and they look cool mostly because I get cool looking socks. I'm just about being cool. running is kind of a dumb sport. People always ask why you do it. If people just look at you and they're like, that's a cool guy, then they don't even bother asking. They're just like, that's what cool people do. And I'm not
That's
that.
how you make running more inclusive, by being so cool that people say, wow.
No, I be myself. And then they're like, that guy's cool. He's being himself and he runs. Maybe there's something to that. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. You can be yourself. Look, the weirdest people in the world are the ultra runners. Look at what they wear.
Button-down shirts.
But I cannot wait to get me one of those bad boys.
They wear button-down shirts.
Basketball shorts.
Sometimes.
The best
bucket
runner
hats.
Bucket hats. They usually have some crazy like beard on, or maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Their hydration is all over the place. They have it all over. They have hiking poles.
They run with poles. Yep.
Yeah, they run with poles.
Which, did you see Jim Walmsley and Courtney DeWalter won the UTMB?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty crazy.
I did. Pretty cool, man. See, UTMB. What are we talking about? What was on my list of bucket list races?
Well, I will say Kilian Jornet didn't run.
Yeah, Kilian Jornet is like, he's just a cool guy to watch. When he lets it go, it just
he doesn't
goes.
wear any of the cool things that you said you consider cool
I know,
when
but
running.
he's just such a free dude. He just goes. It's pretty cool to watch. It just is. When you find those people who are like truly enjoy what they're doing, are really, really good at it, and make it look easy, it's just like, it's a pleasure to watch. That goes for anything, truly.
Isn't that the definition of Courtney DeWalter? Like, that's how you would describe her?
That's exactly right.
Super long shorts. She's thanking every single person in every race.
Dude,
thanks so much for helping out today. She's winning by hours.
Yeah, coolest person ever, man.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
What, you would say you're up there? Of course you would. So stupid. Brad, you know what? I think we're done.
That's it.
Hey, Brad. Guess what? Love you, buddy. What is this?
Love you too, bud.
Until next time.
Well, probably later tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Just a couple of weeks, bud.
I'm so stoked right now. I might just wear the loudest outfit I can.
To pick me up?
Be ridiculous. Yeah, and just be ridiculous. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a new to me car. It's not going to be a brand new car, but it'll be a new to me car. So that'll be fun, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll be picked up in my 11-year-old Hyundai Sonata that's got stains on all the seats and smells and doesn't have AC. But we'll see.
See you, Jeremy.
See you, buddy.